So here we are. I'm here, the Levi Stadium. I'll be honest, it's bloody amazing. Apparently it's only 2 years old, which explains why it looks very new and shiny by comparison. I mean, by comparison to the Rose Bowl, which was just, you know, an incredible historic venue. This is I've never seen anything like it. It's kind of breathtaking. I'll do a bit of, let's spin. Yeah. How do you like that? No, it's generally fantastic, and what's cool is that we've got a scoreboard up there, and it seems to say Liverpool 1, AC Milan 1. I presume that means European Cup finals. I don't know if we can see that. I doubt we can, to be perfectly honest, but it's up there. So yeah, we've had a press conference with Jurgen Klopp and Wijnaldum as well. Nothing, to be fair, nothing earth-shattering or groundbreaking from Wijnaldum, as you'd expect, because players don't really do that in those kind of situations. But yeah, again, quite interesting. A couple of things. He was asked by Gags from Anfield Index about the pressing of the team, which was quite good, and he talked about Loris Karius being out for potentially being out for 6, 8, 10 weeks, which is a massive blow. And he said, you know, and it's a great line from Klopp, which shows the pragmatism of the guy, is that he says, you know, ultimately injuries don't happen when you want them to. They only ever happen at the wrong time, which is a bit tongue-in-cheek, because there is no good time to have an injury, of course. So that's disappointing. And he obviously talked about how, you know, they're now going to have to give some game time to the likes of Manninger, and they're going to have to get and Jamal George as well, which is, you know, again, from that perspective, is kind of cool, because, you know, you'd expect Manninger, he's been bought in, he's the senior guy, he's 7 million years old. George, as we've seen, is you know, has definitely got prospects as a centre forward, but as a goalkeeper, you know, it means that these guys will probably get, I don't know whether they'll get 45 minutes or they might get one of the games that maybe they get the St. Louis game or something. But it means that, you know, he needs to get them up to speed, and that's cool, because potentially, like Manninger, I've got no expectations on Manninger. I've seen a few people online saying, oh well, you know, look, you know, he could be putting pressure on or something. He won't be there to put pressure on, he'll be there just for the experience. But someone like Jamal George, far too young to be a senior goalkeeper, I think, for Liverpool. I think you do need a little bit more experience and what have you. But, you know, sometimes careers can be forged in a crucible of disaster and what have you, you know, forged in fire. And if he gets an opportunity, I'm not saying he's going to make himself first choice goalkeeper by any stretch, but it might kick his development on, which I think would be absolutely fantastic. And if it means that, you know, you don't want to be in a situation where you have to buy players constantly, and you know, we know we've got Danny Ward out on loan with the idea that I think he's got, you know, if he proves himself, he'll be back next season. But, you know, look, what if he doesn't prove himself? You know, you got the Jamal George there, he gets the opportunity, maybe he just shows Klopp a little bit more of what he can do, a safe pair of hands, make some good saves, commands his area, what have you, goes up in the pecking order. And, you know, there's a potential there that, you know, you don't, as I say, you want your guys who are already at the club to be able to do the job for you, as exciting as transfers are. So that's good. So yeah, the press conference was interesting. We'll have some bits and pieces up on the YouTube channel. I think what I'll probably do is, because it's massive, it's like half an hour, I'll probably put pretty much the full thing out on the website. So if you're a Redmen TV subscriber, which you should be, because it's amazing, I'll be honest, it's only £2 a month, you can go check that all out. I think, but yeah, I'm looking ahead to the game. I'm about to do open training now. It's going to be interesting to cast a glance over some of the players, see where they're up to. You know, the likes of, we've not seen Daniel Sturridge yet. Wijnaldum did the press conference, as mentioned. He talks about how excited he is to get a game. It's probably the most interesting part of that presser, to be perfectly honest. And, you know, seeing the likes of Henderson was saying to us post-match last time that, you know, he's only been back a few days, so it's good to see him up and about. And what I really want, I'll be honest with you, and I don't know, but, you know, by the time I get round to putting this video out, I'll know the answer to this, so it'd be pointless. All I really want from this open training, if I'm perfectly honest, is some skills. I want to see a goal, and I want to see some of the, because last time, 2 years ago in Boston, we saw Pepe Reina doing some voodoo shit skills, crazy, but he ripped Jose Enrique to bits. And there's another training session where we saw Markovic scoring something. I want to see, as I say, I want to see some little glimpses, nothing definitive on anything, but just some bits that get you fired up, get you passionate, and that you think, oh God, I can't wait to see that. And when you then see that in a senior game, you then get to go, yeah, man, I saw that. Remember when I was back here in the Levi Stadium, and I saw him do that, so I knew he had it in his locker. Anyway, if you haven't checked out the rest of the content, go and do so. The best thing we've done probably ever on Redmen TV was us taking over the mix zone post the Chelsea game. If you haven't seen that, go and watch it. It starts off fairly normal, a couple of interviews with Trent Alexander-Arnold, Jordan Henderson, and Shea Ojo, very brief snippets, and then we just started having a laugh at the Chelsea players. Diego Costa in particular got absolutely buzzed off, and he was actually quite a good sport about it. So yeah, definitely a brilliant video. If you haven't done so already, subscribe and go over to the redmentv.com as well. The lads back home are doing a tremendous job. Chris and I have just put a special final word show from the pitch side of the Rose Bowl from the Chelsea game. That's good. Go and watch it. Thanks very much. Ta-ra.